Hi, my name's Deanna Hope, and welcome back to Spooky Spotlight, the show where I shine a light on horror films that you may or may not have heard of. Today we are going to be discussing It's a Wonderful Knife, a 2023 holiday horror film directed by Tyler McIntyre. Now, this film follows a trend I've noticed in the last couple years where you take a traditional movie formula and you turn it into a slasher. An example being Happy Death Day, which is very much Groundhog Day, or Freaky, which is very much in the style of Freaky Friday. The film follows a teenager named Winnie who saved her town from a money-hungry serial killer. Now, Winnie slays the killer in the beginning, which immediately sets this film apart from the get-go, because typically the killer is slain towards the end, then you have the main character wrapped up in the back of an ambulance and cut to black. It doesn't often show the aftermath until the sequel. With this film, we immediately go into the aftermath. What happens when you survive a killer? What happens after the carnage? Unfortunately, losing her best friend in the process. A year later, riddled with loneliness, she wishes she was never born, and surprisingly, her wish comes true. Our main character, Winnie, played by Jane Widdop, has entered a new dimension where she does not exist, meaning that the serial killer that she killed in her original dimension is still on the loose in her current reality because she was not there to stop him. Come to find out, he has taken over and manipulated the whole town. Him being Henry Waters, a money-hungry CEO played by Justin Long. Now, if you are a horror movie fan, you know that when Justin Long is in a horror film, it never goes well for him. I love Justin Long. Honestly, I feel like he is a great addition to any film, and he plays such a wacky character in this one, with the fake tan and the dentures and the really white teeth, that whenever he's on screen, I can't help but smile. Overall, the cast was great. We had Joel McHale, who played David, Winnie's father, and we even get an appearance in the beginning by William B. Davis, which is also a really fun treat. Now, this film is listed as a horror comedy. In my opinion, it didn't have really many laugh out loud moments. However, I do think it's really fun, really action packed, and it really takes the viewer on a wild ride. Now, this film covers a lot of deep topics such as manipulation, addiction, mental health, and for those topics being so deep, the filmmakers did a great job of keeping it very lighthearted consistently throughout the film. Keeping it lighthearted throughout the film while adding in that Christmas magic twist to it all. I really enjoy the character design of the serial killer. I think making him into like a modern, like cool looking angel adds that Christmassy element without making it like over the top or campy. And, of course, the town being Angel Falls is very fitting. The overall appearance of this film is very modern, for better or for worse. The filmmakers did an excellent job at keeping me captivated the whole time. Now, I hear if you watch the trailer, they do give a lot of things away. I never watched the trailer. It's kind of like a rule of mine. I like going into a film completely blind, which for this film really worked out because it kept me on my toes the entire time. Now, in order to go back to her original dimension, she has to complete the task. The task at hand is killing her father and killing Henry Waters. Of course, Justin Long had to die. So she gets back to her original dimension and she's just so happy, so glad to see her family again, just really taking it all in and realizing how much she had taken for granted. But then she remembers Bernie is played by Jessica McLeod. Now, Bernie in the alternate reality had admitted that she wasn't really happy in life and that she was considering harming herself. So Winnie gets up, runs to Bernie's house, and grabs Bernie and brings her to her family Christmas in order to prevent her from harming herself. So happy ending for everybody, except for Justin Long. I feel like with this newfound genre of taking traditional movie formulas and making them into a slasher can very much be a hit or miss for me. And I definitely think this one is a hit. I am a sucker for a good Christmas horror film. Of course, they're not as popular, so there's not as many good ones. But this is another one that I can add to my list. Another thing that sets this film apart is the family dynamics. The holidays are always stressful, let alone with a crime that recently happened and your daughter slaying a killer. Something else that immediately sets this film apart is the character dynamics within themselves. They all react very differently to the stress of the holidays and the stress of the current situation, which gives a really real world perspective of how everyone reacts differently to certain things and situations. I feel like with this newfound genre of taking traditional horror movie recipes and mixing them in with a slasher can be very much a hit or miss. I feel like you need something that really sets you apart. And to me, this one was a hit. I really do enjoy Christmas horror films. I hope to make one day myself. So yeah, this is definitely one that I will watch again. But that's it for this week's episode. Next episode is my birthday episode. It comes out on my birthday, so I'm really excited. Leave a like or a comment if you end up watching this film or what you think of it in general. And I'll see you on the next one. Happy holidays.